everyone, I think I am live. Just get this fixed. And let me get my timer set. Yes, okay, that should work. Hello everybody. Let me just get the live stream link. And let's get started with analysis. I'm a bit late, like 10 minutes. There's 20 minutes actually. But let's just take a quick look at the game. We're gonna look at it from white's perspective. D4, D5, knight F3, knight F6, and G3. So something of a Catalan but without C4 just yet. Bishop G4, okay. I would have... Bishop G4 is fine actually, yeah. Bishop G2, E6, and E5. Bishop F5 is right. And C4 now, C6. Castles, Bishop D6, Bishop F4, castles, Queen D2. Why? Queen D2 sets up this battery and normally you're going here. There's no bishop here. Should I show that on the analysis board? Hold on. Yeah? Yeah? Fuck you. Oh. Okay, anyways. Yeah, let me just show that. Okay, let's catch up with the game first. Knight BD7. This bishop's a bit loose. There could be some tactics with that. Hold on, let me see. Takes. Let me just count the material. Oh no, wait, actually black is down a piece, never mind. Okay. But it is an interesting line. Anyway, knight b7, knight c3, okay, and dc4. I'm not gonna lie, I hate dc4. But it does create some problems with black. But you do see the center. And I feel like e4 should just be good for black. He's gonna have to go back. This bishop is still very soft. I think there could be some tactics with taking now. I don't know, but the queen being on d2 is actually really annoying for the tactics. Because at the end of the day, you're still down a piece. Oh, ew, what is e3? What? Just take and put the bishop here, I guess. That looks quite strong. Here. Okay, now let's take a few looks at the analysis board. Let me just make sure you guys can see this. You can, excellent. Now you're not gonna see the timers, but just for a second I wanted to show a few things. Right, so this whole idea of the battery, that doesn't really make sense. Now normally if black were to say do this, then this makes sense, because at least you can play bishop h6 and try and get some sort of attack with maybe h4, h5, but the rook should be here. I don't really understand the point of queen d2 here because I don't see where the battery is going. And knight bd7, now knight bd7 I don't like because there's a number of tactics with this bishop being loose. They don't work because bishop takes bishop hits the queen. But let's just say, like, okay, let's say the queen's here and like I play on the move. I can take because I hit the queen, and if I take back I win the bishop, and now I'm just up a pawn. So that's a very interesting tactic. They don't quite work because the queen's on d2, and so if you were to try and, sorry about that, if you were to try and take here, this attacks the queen. So if I were to take the queen takes, say like takes, and takes, at the end of the day white's down a piece. But these are always some tactics to look out for. So let's go back to the actual game. After e3, which I did not like, by the way, I thought e4 was good. And I can't get analysis because this is an actual game, but I don't see where this bishop is going. Back. For one, you can take. And now you have this. Oh wait, that's just immediately losing. Wait. And at the end of the day, you win a piece. Oh, wow, white just had a free piece, actually. e4. And I guess you would have to take. No, you still lose the piece. So, how do you not lose the piece? Because no matter what, you will take that bishop. And there's always a discovered attack on the bishop, and the knight jumps back. So e4 is just winning on the spot. Wow, I completely underestimated e4 actually. I thought it looked good, but I completely underestimated that it just wins a piece for white. Instead e3, bishop e5, pawn e5, knight d5. And now white's taking a bit of a think. Interesting. Hi Dakyun. Hello. Would you like to ask any questions? Yeah, white missed this. Wait, actually, is there a fork in the position? No, this knight takes knight first, yeah? Oh, knight takes bishop, even. Yeah, would you like me to cover anything? I've just covered this whole idea with e4 now. Okay, e4 now is not as strong, but it is still quite a decent move, I think. No, but e4 here is completely winning. I think black just did not see e4. Because e4 wins a piece, I think, by force. Did you see that part? No? You can let me know. The chat's a bit slow. Bishop takes knight. Oh, sorry, b takes knight. Where? Just for future reference, when you say a move, could you like specify the move number just so I know what you're talking about? Now, this is a fork, yes, but it doesn't really win because black can just take something with the knight and like piss off out of there if need be. I would take the bishop actually. Actually, no, wait. Taking the knight gives what, like 3 pawn islands. Okay, this one's positionally speaking not as great, but if you're talking about imbalances, this is probably a bit better. Like, interesting. It's a mid move, I guess. I thought pawn takes looked a bit more solid in the center because this pawn is a bit weak, soft after queen f4, but it should be fine. No, but what I was saying is takes here, right? I guess this queen takes. Wait, I don't want this bishop actually. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I forgot about queen takes. I guess knight f4 is quite good. Okay, fair enough. Let's go back to the game. Queen f4, bishop g6. Now what is this bishop doing, honestly? And after rook ad1, queen c7, probably the only move. Put some pressure on the pawn, try and liberate a position. Next, probably follow with knight c5, or even no, but c5 doesn't do anything. Maybe at some point black can play b5, b4. a6, b5, b4, a5, etc. Just try and pawn storm on this side because black needs to do something. Yep, queen c7 played, queen c7, as far as I could see, was the only good move. Oh, if you need me to slow down at any point, just let me know. Because I'm kind of just like saying what I see. What would I play as white though? Because this was what I was complaining about. This pawn in the center is a bit loose. I mean, I guess you could play with rook here and double. That looks very, very touchy. It doesn't look right, but I feel like maybe white has time to play like queen e3 and f4. White has the worst structure. Oh wait, white is down a pawn. Alright, this c pawn. You're eyeing the e5 pawn. Yeah, that's what I was saying just now. Let's take a look at the analysis board. The knight takes f4. I actually prefer gf4, and a few reasons why. Number one, I saw that this pawn was very weak. So if you play gf4, like you're never gonna have to deal with problems about this pawn again. Like queen c7 just doesn't do anything. And another thing is that after this, I was thinking that let's see this. White could go like king h1, rook g1, and start some sort of attack on the king side. Maybe, like let's just say I give. Oh wait, did this wrong. Let's just say I give White a bunch of free time to just do whatever the hell they want. Like, now you see the problem. Something big is coming. Okay, this bishop is hanging, I know, but like, this was an idea that I was thinking of. But now after queen c7, this pawn is very difficult to defend. So there's a few ways I could think of. What? Oh, what? So you want to do this immediately, but can't I just take the pawn? Okay, not with the queen, because queen does rook takes knight, but still. What about just knight takes? Is that not fine? And then I could plant my knight here, actually. No, but it's the queen, this temple. And then I can defend it with everything. What? Okay, rook d2 is a really weird move. f6 for black. Again, Daku, could you please specify the move? White should be fine here. White should be fine, but I mean, I don't like rook d2. Rook d2. I was thinking about rook d6. That might well be the best move. Or another way to play would be to go queen e3. And after, let's say, like, okay, knight takes. You go f4. And you've sacked another pawn, but you've got initiative at least. Oh no, but there's knight here anyways. It's horrible position. This c pawn actually turns out to be a very good outpost for the d3 square. Pawn f6 attacking white's e5 pawn. Right now you mean. That could work, but the thing is that it is just straight up hanging. But yes, f6 is quite okay. But taking takes. Looks fine, yes it does. But you see, my problem is now something lands on this d3 square. Oh, but the queen is hanging, I guess. So not, maybe not immediately, but just does not look pleasant. Queen still hanging though, yeah. After knight d3 the queen is hanging, I forgot about that. But still, it's just these ideas that are hanging in the position. Before, you mean before queen? Pawn f6. You mean like pawn f6 here? No, but this doesn't really make sense because right now, white's last move like pinned the knight to the queen, right? And if you give black and white enough time, like let's say again, black makes just nothing moves, you just lose the knight. I mean, I guess it's like this. Takes. Your position's horrible. Just... So f6 is not necessary. I think queen c7 is much better because you get your queen out of the way. You force white to try and do something about this pawn. Yeah. So f6 is playable, but I don't really like it compared to some other moves. Yeah, the queen is still hanging, that's definitely true. But I don't... Maybe black can just develop the rooks to these two squares. b5 is always an idea to go b4. b5, a3... Because now that you've got a pawn on e4, yes, bishop doesn't have the same pressure on the diagonal. So maybe something like rook c8 or rook d8 to either defend the knight or the queen to enable all these tactics, I think would be quite decent. I'll probably spend a few minutes looking at this with an engine after the game. But as the game is currently in progress, I will not be looking at it with an engine. Cool going... Oh, what? Where's the knight going? What the hell is this? I guess the idea is to start trading the rooks immediately. But knight b6 is such a horrible looking move. I mean, it might be the best move, but I don't understand it. You're defending the c4 pawn, but you shouldn't be defending the c4 pawn. Let's just get that out of the way immediately. A common idea for black in these positions, Catalan positions where the pawn's been taken, is to go b5, just hold on to the pawn. And now that the queen's on c7, you're guarding this pawn too. So let's say, again, white does nothing, you can go b5. You can go b4 and black's just like winning. Like the knight like retreats, and hell, you could probably go a5 and like just look at this. Right, bring the rooks, punch through the pawns. Black's just better. And right, so by playing knight b6, you no longer have b5. Not only that, where can your knight go? Let's look at it. It can't go here because it gets taken. I'm gonna put that in red actually. It can't go here, it gets taken. If it can go back, but you know, it's just putting it back on the starting square. And it can go here, here, and like nowhere. Like you try and reroute it and it still doesn't work. So knight b6 is just an unbelievably horrible move. You're getting, like, my idea was like rook c8, which probably isn't that good, but basically the point is I want to put my knight here, and now my queen isn't hanging. In a similar vein would be something like, oh no, as stupid as it looks, queen b8. Oh, but wait, no, that hangs the knight. Never mind. But still, you get the idea. I want to defend my queen and then just start gobbling the pawns. Because this c5 pawn is just kind of, c4 pawn is just kind of meh. And by playing knight b6 to defend it, your knight's dead. Like, you've just wasted so much time with this one knight, and don't think it makes sense. That being said, let's get back to the game. Rook d2, knight b6, h4. Why not just the immediate rook d1? But okay. Rook f8, rook fd1. If I had to choose a side, white's probably better. Just because I don't think that black's position makes a lot of sense, but I think black has... Oh no, sorry. I think black does have chances. Tilting brain prefers to defend pawns with pieces, but no, I don't think that black needs to defend this pawn. Like, you can just give the pawn up. It's not a pawn you really want unless you're getting a knight here. And by defending your pawn with a piece, this side of the board will never move. Also, I would have preferred rook 88, just saying, because now that your knight's here, you gotta do something with this whole side of the board. It's fine, rook fd1. Black's down some time as well. I would not be surprised if either side lost this game, let's just put it that way. This is an interesting move. Nobody just lose the bishop, actually. Yeah, at any point you're just like about to lose your bishop. That's just oof. So bad. But I guess there's some tactics with f6. Point being that, let's say like g4. F1, let's just say funny move. G4 f6. Point being that if you take, you lose your queen. By the way, this is still not like lost, because that's this. Okay, it is losing, but I wouldn't call it lost. Just putting it out there. Go back to the game. h5. Oh, what? What is h5? What is rook d7? What in God's name is h5? Why? You want to play g4? But why didn't you just play g4 first? Why? It hits the rook too. What was the idea? Kind of guy. Cool idea here. Bishop f1 for white, and that knight seems very overloaded. Around. I guess you mean around like here, yeah. Bishop f1. Yeah, I did. Bishop f1 is a very cool move, and this knight like sucks. Yeah, bishop f1 is a very nice move. I don't think it's immediately winning, because you can take and like trade the other rook. Try and trade the other rook, but it is a very nice idea. Let's go to the latest move. Takes. Okay, now black is just up 2 pawns for no reason. This is once again still hanging. Maybe you don't want to take that yet, but you could go like rook c8 again. You could even go knight f8 to go like here. All are okay, maybe not there, but all are possible moves. If you ever play g4, actually I can take, which is cool. Like right now, let's say black takes, right? The problem with this is white can take knight, but if white ever plays something like, let's say like g4, I think you can, no, the bishop's hanging, but let's say like in this position, black can take, because you lose the queen. Just a cool little thing to include. Okay, rook d8. I don't hate that move. It's alright, I guess. But this bishop is still kind of stranded. But now there's no h pawn to trap it, so I guess it's fine. You're still not threatening to take. Let me show you why. If you take, there's still this. Because if you take my queen, like if I take back, yeah, black's just winning, but black has back rank mate. So you still can't take here. No, you still can't take there. Now if your rook, if your king just went here, like your king was, let's say you got like a free h7, h6, king h7, then like yeah, you'd be fine. But wait, what? Isn't there some f6 even? Okay, wait, let's look at this on the analysis board. I thought. Okay, can I sack? That's the first question. No, you can't sack. This doesn't work as chat. Never mind. So sacrificing doesn't work. But okay, let's say I go like 98. This basically forces this off. And black just has 2 extra pawns. That being said, this is still a very complicated position. If black played g5, that bishop is in prison for life. The white's bishop, you mean? I mean, the dark squared bishop just sucks. Like, let's just all be honest. It's very bad. Oh yeah, I guess I should probably change the stream title because I got the colors wrong. Let's change that live. AyaVi versus... Cool. I'll put a little smiley face in for you guys. Nice. White played g5. Oh, like here you mean, here you mean. I guess that's true, but you can always break with like h5. And the problem is that now you don't have like h4, h5 to trap this bishop, because you sack the h-pawn for no reason. Get what I mean? Like if you were to go like here first, now you're actually threatening to go h5 and win the bishop, but you just gave up the pawn for no reason. Okay, but it is still a very difficult position because I don't understand what to play. Like maybe like here to go like here. But this rook is very soft. So maybe create a loft with h6. And as a bonus you can bring the bishop back. A number of options with black here. I don't love black's position. Black lacks space, but if black makes it, like survives to the endgame, black just wins, because black has 2 pawns. Bishop g6 preemptively. I guess black just had no idea what to play and just played a nothing move that also got the bishop to, honestly, a worse diagonal, but it's fine. And I guess white's next move is queen d2 to keep putting pressure. And I would go like, let's say, I'm not really sure where I would go. It's very difficult to deal with the pressure after say something like queen d2. That is not queen d2. Queen d2. Because you can never move this knight ever again. You can never move the queen except like maybe like here. You can never move the rook. You can just you've got 3 pieces just sitting here, and you can't move any of them. So how does black deal with queen d2? Yeah, black's not gonna play queen d. Sorry, white's not gonna play queen d2 because white isn't like, you know, me. But it's a very interesting concept to think about. Okay, probably just taking. Actually, what if queen d2 here? It looks very interesting because let's say like takes here. Suddenly white has a passed pawn, which is supported by another pawn. And if I can, let's say, like get a knight like here and here, for example, like this pawn is just gonna break through. So suddenly white has chances to get. Oh, what? Okay. I like queen d2 because it came with a threat of taking, so it kind of forced black to do something about it. But okay. Oh, a4. It's been a long day, so sorry about that. Bishop f1 seems stronger now. Bishop f1 is quite strong, yes. It's I wouldn't call it strong, but it's a decent move. Black is... What? Why? Why? What? Is cool throwing? Why? Why would you... Black's still winning, but why would you do this to yourself? h5 coming next? Sorry, a5 coming next? Then... Knight a4, knight c5? What do you do? Why? Well, like, let's say e5, right? Let's say e5. Okay, let's say just to show you what I mean, like... Black is dead loss. Why would you do this to yourself? You're up 2 pawns, but you're giving... Why would you willingly give white a pass pawn? Okay, I have no idea what white's thinking about here. No, what? Why? Why? I think with proper technique, black should be fine. But... why would you do this to yourself? Oh my god. What are you doing? Oh my god, it's so bad. It's actually so bad. Like I was saying here, like if we went queen d2 instead of a4. a4 is a decent move, but like let's say we go queen d2. Our threat is the take, so we basically force black to... It's a horrible move. We force black to do this, right? And that was my point with queen d2. But now, like, you just did it for white anyway. You just gave white the point. Okay, I'm not sure if I love a5 first, but after e5 it should still transpose. Honestly, if you gave me white, I would win with white. If you gave me black, I might not win with black. I think the position has come to that point. Maybe he's so bored he wants to simplify. No, but you can't simplify and give white a pass pawn. That's just horrendous technique. Cole, what is going on? Good lord. I'm going to let Aya know about this. Hold on. 11 e4. On stream. Alright, let's get back to the current game. I would not be surprised if black is lost. Okay, so what? That is so ugly. I guess it works. Debatably so. Okay. F6 looks horrible, but I guess it's playable. Takes. I guess your point is like takes. You want to take? I guess that's their point. That's a fair point. I'm too tired to calculate all of this through, but what if I don't take? Let's see. Let's fine. If one, this is hanging, right? No, but you don't really want to do that. That is true though. You can go like here, here, here. Which one do I want to take? Probably this one actually. F6 is a decent move, but at the same time, like having to play F6 is just so ugly. This is devastating. I don't think it's devastating. I think F6 was good enough that you relieve a lot of the pressure behind the passed pawn. Like this queen was not very well placed to take advantage of this passed pawn because you can't play F4 to support E5. That being said, black is still the one on the back foot even though black is up material. Okay, how would you guys continue the position? Let's talk about that. How would you continue? Maybe I'll have a challenge. Maybe I'll play a blitz of Kana after this. No, it's 1 AM, I'm high. Okay, but black needs to speed up. Plus 20, but still black can't be taking this long. I guess... Okay, you probably wanna... Actually, don't know. Actually, queen takes. I think queen takes should be right. Takes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be drawn. Pawns on the same sides. Same line of pieces. Should be drawn. White at least has a draw, I think. With good technique. As black, I play knight to takes d6. No, I don't love a knight d6. Cause I mean, I guess knight d6 is fine. Yeah, it is like fine. It's perfectly fine, but I want to trade the queens off because if we trade the queens off now, it's probably gonna be a draw with correct play. I mean, I guess we can analyze the endgame, as painful as that might be. I guess we're in. Yep, queen takes d6, just going straight into the endgame. Pragmatic decision from Cole. But I mean, honestly, what else is there to do? I've got to wake up at like 7, bro. Okay, yeah, takes. I don't see any other moves. Yeah. And now I think white should be able to... Oh wait, though it's 2 pawns. Okay, this just comes down to endgame technique. We are going to see if Cole can convert this position. Now Cole is like an 1800 rapid, so in theory Cole should be able to convert this, but it's not going to be easy for either side. But you are down material. Yeah, but it's... You have to take your chances in the endgame. Yeah, but no, but as black, you play queen takes d6 because black is now up material. Black wants to trade the queens off. And as white, like you really have no choice but to take the queen. Like there is no real other move you could play. Either you take the queen or you be down 3 pawns, which is just immediately losing. King g3, decent. Alright. No, black wants to play queen takes d6 because like trade queens. White has no choice but to trade queens because there's no other move. Queen. This is a funny maneuver, walking the king this way. I guess it works though. Okay, but the king gets in, yeah. This is good defense from white, I think. I don't know. Ooh, I don't like that move. Just getting the king in. This doesn't work. Square is too defended. Oh no. Oh, that's so bad. Wait, what? Wait, no. White's just immediately losing. The king gets in and then you have no defense. You're gonna lose this pawn is gonna promote. You have to sack one of your pieces, and no, this is just dead loss. No. F4 for Iowa is completely like losing. I mean, anything is losing, but F4, you see, the point of getting the king to E5 is that the king wants to get in. And now by playing F4, you force the king to get in, and now the king can come to this square. And then now you check him, and you force the king to go to this square. I mean, I guess this is a square too, but like... Yep, and now no matter what white does, black will go here, you eat the pawn, promote. And you have to sack your knight for the pawn. And 2 pieces and 2 pawns up. No, but this doesn't change anything, you just win the pawn. Black's point wasn't the knight, the black's point is the pawn. This is a losing endgame. Completely lost. I think white had some chances to defend. Let's take a look at the analysis board. I think king h2 was actually starting to go a little wrong. Maybe even this, but then this takes. I mean, this is still losing, yeah, but... But something like this would be a bit easier to defend, just try and walk the king over. No, but the problem is now the king is here, and this king is in. Yeah, king c2, there is no defense. Aya plays kind of fast. Yeah, Aya did play a bit fast, but there's plus 20, like seconds per move. So, I mean, divided that by 3, it's about... Aya did gain roughly an extra like minute, 10 minutes or so. So white just resigns. Yep, expected as much. Few things I want to look at. 11, e4 is completely winning, right? e4? Yep, e4 is plus 6. You lose a piece, like you go back, you take, and this bishop is hanging. Cool. So, knight bd7, yeah, e3, dc4, blundered to e5, e4, but that was missed, and after takes, here, e4 now was a bit weird. This is -3. Yeah, rook d6 was correct. We did mention this on stream as well. This was the only real way to defend this pawn. And now my idea was that, okay, my idea was to continue with this, but there's a... Really? Oh yeah, now you get the outpost. Yeah. Yeah, knight b6 was so bad. Like, yeah, I was saying you either take, this was the move we were discussing, or even like rook c8. It's like not that winning, but you know, you just prepare to take. I did look at this on stream actually, but I was saying like knight d3. f5 is a draw. If I e5 bishop here. Queen g5. Oh, and bishop's actually trapped. Oh, that's very interesting. Yeah, no, what the hell was h5? h5 was completely horrendous. Was rook d2 bad? I did not like rook d2. The rook d2 was so bad, rook d6. h5 was completely horrendous. Yeah, yeah, this was so weird. What was this blunder one? Oh, queen h4. I completely missed queen h4. Interesting. g4. Maybe 6 takes. Oh yeah, takes was a mistake, right? Yeah. And actually, I think around here, I did want to play queen d2, and I thought white at least. I didn't think white was better, but I thought white had chances here. And my point behind this whole line. Hold on, let me say something in chat. Yeah, but my point was that. Okay, my point was that none of these pieces can really move, because if you move the queen, you lose the knight. You move the knight, you lose the rook. You move the rook, you lose the knight. Black apparently defends, but like. Alright, I mean, alright. And b6, yeah, completely horrible. a4 was a bit weird. What was I saying here? I was saying queen d2 to force this whole issue. Black's still better, but like, no, but yeah, we were saying like this is so bad. Yeah, but we were saying e5, right? e5, f6. And that's the point. The point is that black. Okay, you play e5 before you play a5, and the point is that the black knight isn't here. So after you take, black can't take this pawn because you haven't wasted a move on a5. Instead, a5 first is a mistake, inaccuracy, because now you give black the tempo they need to defend, attack the pawn. And now f6 isn't quite as good. Trading is just losing, yes. Okay, what was the alternative? I'm not stockfish. Okay, queen h2 is kind of weird, but okay. Yeah, but f4 was just wrong, yeah? Check was even worse because now the king gets in and white descends. Cool. Alright, let me just check the chat. Anyone got any questions? Like about specific moves? I can't really show the engine, but you guys can see the analysis, the eval bar. I need to fix the crop. I think I can. Sorry. That will do. Nice. Yeah, it was a decent game overall. I think the worst part was just missing e4. e4 just wins a piece because. e4 was nice though. You're good. Hold on. Cole and Aya might be in chat if they've got any questions. Just so you don't have to rewind the VOD, you know. I will wait another 10 minutes or so. If there are no questions by 1 a.m. my time, I will go to bed. I hate that I miss e4. Yeah, no, DC4 just set off alarms in my brain. Like, it did not look right. And I was thinking like e4 looked positionally winning for white. And then I was analyzing it, and then I realized that after takes, this bishop is hanging. So let me show you how I got to that journey, right? After you played knight bd7, my immediate thought is that this bishop is loose. So I started thinking about how I could exploit it. And I mentioned this on stream, but I was looking at all sorts of tactics where I sacked the knight. This doesn't work because bishop takes bishop hits the queen. And so at the end of the day, if you count the pieces, white is actually down a piece. So none of the tactics actually work out yet. But the moment you You played DC4. E4 works because now the knight has a target, and the knight can sacrifice itself for a piece, not a pawn. So if takes, just come back, right? So now that the knight can sacrifice itself for a piece, the whole tactical sequence works. Because if you take it, you just lose the bishop. So I was staring at these tactics from the beginning because I saw that this bishop was hanging. AyaVi. I was calculating something bad, so I played e3. I should play e4 rather than. Yeah, I feel like. Did you see e4? Like, did you miscalculate or did you just like completely not see e4? Like, take c6. Yeah, I was just looking at all sorts of knight sacrifices. But e4 just makes them work because now the knight has something to sacrifice itself for. And after this, like, okay, for one you can take, right? But the first thing I saw was like this first. Oh, this works. I just check. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, yeah, no, but you can just take. Yeah, you saw e4. Okay. I should start with backward. Yeah, you saw e4, but I think the moment I started calculating e4, I realized like, oh, you win a piece. I saw e4 because I thought it was positionally better for white, and then I started calculating, and I was like, oh wait, just wins a piece on the spot. Okay, so that's e4 covered. Anything in towards the end of the game, maybe like in the middle game. Thought 16 knight takes e4 didn't work to the queen being pinned. 16. Oh yeah, I get that you didn't like see this working, but okay, I was discussing on this on the stream, and the reason knight b6 is so bad is because like, okay, we're playing a quote unquote Catalan, right? And so in the Catalan, a lot of the time your idea is to play b5, and now that your idea is to play b5, defend the pawn, and later on, like let's say white just does nothing, you go b4. And as you can see from the eval bar, black is just winning like by force. Okay, not by force, but like positionally, black is just immediately winning. So after you play knight b6, your number one pawn move is just completely blocked. Like you physically cannot play b5. So that's the number one problem. Number two, my problem is that I don't think you need to be defending c4. Like c4 is the pawn you can just give up. And if you try to defend c4, you will just lose a lot of time at the very least. So that's why I hate the knight b6. And also, after knight b6, your knight cannot go anywhere. You can't go to a4. It can't go. I mean, you can go back. You can go back. But it can't go to either of the forward squares. And so it just looked completely pointless sitting on d6. Good night, Daku. 21, knight takes e4. 21. A little bit far. Oh wait, no, this is there. Here, 19. Takes, 21. Oh yeah, knight takes here. Let's say like here, and what's the... Okay, the engine just says you're better because you have 3 extra pawns. I do agree that the pin is very, very annoying. Theoretically, there's no way to exploit it, but I do agree that maybe... I was like thinking like stuff with like rook c8. And then you just move your knight to like d3. So I spent a lot of time looking at like rook c8 things, just defending the queen. Yeah, but I think here, instead of knight b6, you could have just played b4, b5. Engine doesn't like it. It says it's the number 3 move compared to h6, which makes 0 sense, and knight e5. But if you didn't want to play knight e5, I think you could have played b5. And when you're playing against the Catalan, which trust me, you should prepare for if you're playing against Aya, yeah, it's b5 is a very common idea. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Do you know, I thought I was much better on move 14 the whole time because the knight and bishop sucks. Let's take a look at move 14. Yeah, I did think you were better, mainly because you have an extra pawn and there's no real easy way to win it back. Okay, but to be fair, your bishop does suck. Let's put that there. But I thought that yeah, I do agree that you're much better, but I think that taking the rook here was your biggest fail of the game, I would say. Let's yeah, I do agree that you were better, but I think that taking the rook is like your worst move of the game, objectively. I know you did blunder e4, but pretending that that didn't happen. Yeah, rook takes rook. It was, in my opinion, like the worst move you played in the game, and the reason, right, is that here I was looking at queen d2. I was looking at queen d2, and basically I wanted to force black into this position. And black is better according to the engine, but it's very difficult to play because now you have connect. White has like passed pawns, and if white can get like let's say a knight to c5, white just like probably manages to push a pawn through. Now what I hated about this was that white played a4 and you still took the rook. Like the reason queen d2 forces that is because if not, like you just lose its mate. But white didn't force the issue and you just took anyway and you gave white the entire thing. Right? Why is it so bad? Because okay, a5 was wrong, right? And the reason a5 is bad is because you force knight to c8, and if let's say they played a5 f6 without a5, like here you can't take this pawn, so that's why this is like so bad, and your advantage is all gone. So okay, a5 was wrong, but let's, yeah, no, I just think that you gave white so much extra counterplay for no reason. f6 was a good find though, f6 was a very good find, but you gave white so much counterplay for no reason. Okay, if white didn't play a5, you would not have won so easily. Let's just put it that way. White didn't capitalize on the chances, but if I were white, I would have won from that position. Let me just put it that way. Yeah, you just gave white everything they wanted. So that's why I hated rook takes rook. It's not that bad, objectively speaking, but I think that was like the worst move. Don't even ask me why queen d8 is better than queen d7. I don't get it. I guess, oh, knight d7. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, but and from here it was quite smooth. The king just walked in, so the endgame conversion was fine. Aya, for you, let's see what I have to talk about. Okay, missing e4 is fine, that's alright. Here you should have played rook d6. I did rook d6. I don't understand rook d2, you're just losing the pawn. I guess you thought that you could exploit the pin, but I thought rook d6 was just like your only real chance. They try and double this way. But okay lah, I mean that's a positional move, so no, it's not a positional move, but you need to understand positional like concepts to play rook d6, so fair enough. White didn't actually have that many like tactical blunders. White just made a lot of positional mistakes. Yeah, the king just walked to the b pawn. So overall from this game, like takeaways, right? Black blundered a few like very big tactics here and there, with like knight bd7, bishop d6 being like completely free. So black made a few like tactical blunders, but positionally speaking, okay, wait, no, knight b6. Black just made a lot of like small tactical errors. White just made like White didn't blunder tactics. White just made so many bad positional moves that eventually the position fell apart. So White's positional concepts, especially in the Catalan, which is very like positional opening, White's positional concepts are kind of mid. But you do have some stuff to learn, but I think it was alright. I think overall you did play well. So nice. Anyone else have any questions? Or should I just like go to bed? Let's look at the center pawn was. Oh god. 75 for Cole versus 95 for Aya. Okay, that's mainly all the problems I had in the position. You guys can watch the VOD back. Okay, yeah, I did not like queen d2. Let's just say I didn't understand queen d2. I thought just the immediate knight c3 was fine. And the reason I didn't understand queen d2, as I mentioned on stream, is that you put this battery here. Like, let's say black takes. Now you play queen d2, so you can go bishop h6, right? But after bishop here, bishop d6, bishop f4, queen d2 doesn't make sense because where's your bishop going? There's no bishop h6, so I didn't understand queen d2. I have less than pawn loss in some of my rapid games. I mean, fair, yeah. No, but I think you just made a lot of tactical errors. Cool. And Aya, your positional chess needs a bit of work. I can help you with it if you have some like specific questions. Otherwise, you just need sort of like practice to figure it out. Cool. Cool. Yeah, the eval was like all over the place. Aya, play slower in the opening. Good lord. You ended the game with like 20 minutes. I understand there's plus 20, but like still, slow down. It seems like you have to improve the opening. If you need opening preparation, I can help you a little bit there. I have decent opening prep for most things. For the middle games, I think you need to work on some more positional aspects of chess, especially if you're going to be playing the Catalan. So it's more like just figuring out which squares do you want to put your pieces on. For example, in this position, I immediately just go knight c3. I pre-move knight c3. And the reason I can do that is I know that c3 is the best square for my knight. d2 is fine, but c3 is objectively the best square for my knight. So I look at this position as white, right? This bishop is developed, this bishop is developed, this knight is developed. What's not developed? My queen, my knight, and this rook. So I want to develop my pieces, right? So I just immediately play knight c3. It's not the best move, but like, yeah. How do you get better at tactics? I mean, you found tactics, it's just that you didn't like look for your opponent's tactics is the problem. And I think, especially in a classical game, and I don't think you've played this position very much, have you? But especially in unfamiliar positions, you need to sort of look at what can your opponent do. And I know it's the whole thing like checks, captures, attacks, etc., etc. And I know it's not as easy as it sounds, but that is genuinely like the main thing you need to do. Look at what your opponent can do. For example, like I look at this position after DC4, right? After you take this pawn, you should immediately be looking at how white can strike back, and especially in queen's pawn openings, after you take the pawn, e4 is a very common idea. Hell, like as early as move 2, move 3. e4. It's a very common idea. So yeah, e4 is generally a very common response to dc4, and so it's something that you should probably look at whenever you play dc4 in a queen's pawn opening. It's just the little things that you need to know in an opening. So it is fair enough that you missed a few tactics. Like I don't think you play this position very often. But it's just little things like that, like noticing which pieces in your position are hanging. Like knight bd7 was so scary, because normally you play bishop d6 to trade the bishops. So after knight bd7, this bishop is hanging, and like that scared me so badly. So it's just noticing like the little things in your position, like, okay, my bishop is hanging, I need to not blunder any tactics with discoveries. Or you know, okay, yeah, but my bishop is hanging. That's basically the main theme. Or like, you know, here. This, if I take this, okay, good lord. Okay, let's think of somewhere else I can use this. Okay, yeah, let's use this to talk about rook takes rook. If I take his rook, white has a pass pawn. Like you just need to be like looking out for what happens after I play this move. After I play knight d7, my bishop on d6 is hanging. After I play rook takes rook, white has a pass pawn, and there's these little things that you need to look out for. I wanted to get my knight developed. Yeah, no, knight bd7 was fine. Let's just get that straight. Knight bd7 is a completely okay move, but it's the little things like what changes in a position. It's that little nuance that you still need to get. After I play knight bd7, my bishop on d6 is hanging. It's a very common idea in the London system as well. Yeah. So after I play knight d7, my bishop is hanging. After I play rook takes rook, my white has a pass pawn. It's the little things. What changes after I play this one move? You don't have to do it every move. You don't even have to like think like 5 moves ahead. You don't have to say like, if I take this, what happens 5 moves down the line? You don't have to do that. But I want you to like focus on the immediate effect. If I play this move, what changes in the position immediately? And I think if you like pay attention to that, especially in classical, I think you could get a bit better. Like, okay, let's try and find an example, right? I will find your game versus me. Can I search by? How do I find this? Classical. Review the games. I cannot. That is okay. But anyways, yeah, I would find an example game I can. But yeah, that's the thing that you need to pay attention to. I'm just gonna grab one of your recent games and I will see, you know, like what works. Cool. Let's say Tenno Rapid. You are playing white. Okay, so let's just jump into the middle game. Right, so it's the little things like, let's say I play rook hf1. What changes in the position? His knight is hanging. Very simple, right? He moved his knight back. What changed in the position? Something got out of the way of this, my queen attacking this pawn, and I can take it. I take the pawn. What changes it? Okay, it's not really very applicable, but okay, this is just mating. You didn't see the mate. Is this not just mate? Like, okay, I guess it's not mating, but can I go here? So okay, but anyway, like I'm getting ahead of myself with B1. Okay, so my opponent played knight d6. What did knight d6 do? Nothing, but it didn't do anything to defend this pawn, so I can take it. Okay. Oh wait, what? Oh good lord, you lost your queen. Okay, but didn't see that, even though he had 7 minutes to see it. Okay, that's just alright. Like, let's say I put my queen here. What changes in the position after check? You no longer defend your queen. Yeah. Yeah, I know. You're embarrassed of that game. It's fine. But you get what I mean, right? Like, just take a look at what changes after you play a specific move. You don't have to do it after every move, but I think like every once in a while it's good to just get an idea of what's going on inside your position. So that's where you start thinking about what changed. Yeah, okay, cool. So that should help you, hopefully. And okay, I do have to sleep because I have to wake up in like 6 hours. But what do I have to say? Okay, your middle games are fine. It's just positional chess that you need to worry about. So positional chess is just figuring out which squares are good for your pieces. I did include a section on that in my new Chessable course, which is not out yet, but let's just take a look at the position. You like playing the Catalan, so let's see where the pieces are good. The bishop is good here. This bishop actually just doesn't move. The knights are good here and here. The queen is good here. Yes, the queen goes to c2 in the Catalan, not d2. Cool. I think that's one thing you might want to know. The queen either goes to a4 or c2 in the Catalan. Rooks generally go to these files, and you castle. So that's generally the good squares for your pieces in the Catalan. Like, let's just look at the let's just look at it now. Board editor, actually. This is the Catalan dream position. And this bishop can, I guess, go to g5. Actually, no. I don't like e4. I think e4 is a bit better. This is basically the Catalan dream position. Like, these are the good squares for your pieces. Okay, this is also like fine. This is also fine. This is also fine. But these are generally the good squares for your pieces. So, okay, you can't really see the whole thing. Let me make sure. These are generally the good squares for all of your pieces. If you're playing the Catalan. And sometimes you can, play rook e1, play for e4. Sometimes you can, maybe there's a pawn here, you can take it and start playing e4 again. Or, maybe you can start a queenside attack, a4, e4, etc. It's these little ideas. So these are the good squares for where your pieces want to go. Hopefully that helps. I mean, I really have nothing else to say. If you guys have any questions, I'll stick around till 1:20 and then I'll end the stream. e4. I just read the Discord. e4 is a common Catalan idea. Yeah, it is not in that specific position, but e4 is like basically in the queen's pawn. If black ever like, okay, let me get the analysis. In d4 position, if black ever takes like here, a very common idea is to play e4, and that applies to both the Catalan, where you play knight c3, d4, and yeah, generally you want to play e4 after dc4. Yeah, we're trying to implement it more. Okay, that's great. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. If you're talking about opening preparation, I do have a little bit of stuff for the Catalan. If you want to like talk about it, you can text me. I think that's all I have to say. Okay, I am going to end the stream because I have to wake up for class in 6 hours. Good night, folks. Hopefully tonight's stream was helpful. And thanks for the game, it was really quite entertaining. I will leave the VOD up if anyone would like to watch like live analysis. So good night and